Hello YouTube and welcome to the Motorcycle Zero Show. This is part 2 of my 2016 YZ450F clutch problems. So I wanted to give you a little bit of background info on this bike. I bought this bike as a replacement for my 2001 YZ450F. After a couple weeks of searching, I found this bike on Craigslist. I wanted a YZ450 that was fuel injected, that was a 2014 to 2017. The 16 was my favorite because I love yellow Yamahas, and this is a 60th anniversary YZ450. So I contacted the seller and I scheduled a time that I could come look at the bike and take it for a test ride. I made the 2-hour trip down and found that he lived in a residential area where I couldn't take it out in the dirt. So I decided I'd ride it anyways up and down the street just to see how it felt. I figured it's a 2016, it's gonna be okay. I did notice that the engine was revving a little faster than I thought it should, but I attributed that to the rear tire breaking loose. And if you've ridden any dirt bikes on the street and you're high up on the tank, the rear tire is unweighted and it will spin. Looking back, it kind of felt like a clutch issue, but being in 2016, I didn't want to believe that it already had a clutch problem. So after looking at everything that the guy had done to the bike and the maintenance that he had done, how clean the bike was, I decided to buy it. Fast forward to my first ride in the dirt, and you definitely know there's something wrong with the clutch. After going down to the Yamaha dealership to order the new inner clutch hub, I spoke with a tech about some of the questions I had, and I got some pretty good answers. Thank you to that tech for taking time out of your day to help me. The thrust washer should go over the splines, and it is supposed to spin. Otherwise, it would be too large of a washer to go over all the splines and then actually do its job of holding the clutch basket in. So that is designed to spin. The question I had is, should these teeth go all the way in and be flush? The answer I got from the Yamaha tech is that no, they should not. The washer goes up against the inner clutch hub and then the nut will hold the whole thing in. Now it goes without saying that I'm a little bit disappointed that I got this bike and it already has a clutch problem. I just paid for the bike, the title transfer, the taxes, the registration, and now I've got to put some money out for a clutch so I can ride it. As I got into this project, I wasn't sure how much it was really going to cost me because it looks like I may need a new pressure plate as well because there are grooves from the rings in there. I may also need a clutch basket, and I just paid $100 for the inner clutch hub. I don't know, maybe it's just me or maybe it's all guys, but I know when I get into a project like this, I start crunching the numbers. How much is this going to cost to put all new stock parts in? Well, if I'm going to spend that much, how much is something better, like a recluse clutch? And if I do the recluse clutch, why not a new basket? Because if I look at the basket, it does have some notching, but it's not really that bad. And I'll stick my finger in there and you can feel the grooves, but my fingernail really doesn't get caught on it, so I probably don't need it. Okay, enough talking nonsense about what we could do to our bikes if our budget and our wives let us. I've got the new clutch basket and inner clutch hub in, and I'm bathing the clutch pack in oil overnight per the instructions. I couldn't find anything in the garage to soak the clutch pack in oil, so the next best thing was the clutch case. Or maybe it's not the best thing, but at the time it seemed like the best thing. So I put the clutch pack in, I filled it with oil, and it almost goes to the top, but we'll see how this works out. It may not have been my best idea ever. It's not as easy as it looks to try to keep this clean and trying to hold the camera. But I'm doing it, and look at all that nice clean oil. You know what I'm gonna do with that? I'm gonna dump it out. Where am I gonna dump it? Oh, it's gonna go right there. Now I don't want the new clutch packs to get dirty, so I'm gonna put them right there on top of the pressure plate, and I'm gonna try to dump this out. It's not really a good way to do it. Just, let's go for it. Now it's time to put the clutch pack back in. We're gonna start with the friction plate first, followed by a steel, followed by a friction plate, followed by a steel, in that order until all of them are in, and you will end with a friction plate. Alright, so now we have the pressure plate back on. Time to put the springs in. These are the stock springs, and I really wanted a heavier spring, but I couldn't find one. Well, I found the EBCs, but those are about 60 bucks. I bought the Tusk Competition clutch pack. It was a good deal. I wish they would make some heavier springs because I'd really like a heavier spring in this clutch. So as far as the video goes, that's it. I'm gonna get everything back together, put some oil in it, warm it up, and see how it works. Hopefully the next video I have will be a ride video of me actually getting on this and riding. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.